Alright guys, welcome back to the channel and to the garden. Today's video we're just going to be doing part one of July's tour. Going to take a look at the jungle area today. We'll be splitting this up, I believe, into two parts. Going to do a slightly longer part for the rest of the garden here. Just as we start though, on this side you can just see Trachycarpus fortunii palm doing quite well in this little bed here. You can also see we've got the Colocasia black sapphire gecko, which has come out nicely. Again, starting to get some sort of decent sized leaves on it. Quite small still, but gonna let that grow. Now right here guys, I just wanted to show you this. So this is just standard sort of temperature RH, so your relative humidity. I can get it to zoom in. Now this is in direct sun, and I just want to show you a bit of a contrast. As you may know guys, the UK is having a bit of a heat wave at the moment. So in direct sun here, it is showing us at 41 degrees C, nearly 42. So of course, yes, if you're in direct sun, it's going to feel very warm. Now obviously that's not the kind of actual temperature, but with that said, just kind of shows there. Now as we come down this way, what I'll do is move this temperature gauge into the jungle area, and you can see later on in the video kind of what temperature difference we're getting in the canopy there. Just as we come down here though, I just want to show you the budula, butterfly bush, getting a lot of insects this year. Butterflies absolutely loving it. Just as we come around here, you can just see we've got a bee on that one, and we've had quite a few butterflies on it. You can just see, found one here. Getting quite a few on it this year, and of course great for the pollinators. You know, lovely tree, and again maybe not so tropical. And if you may have seen on our video about budulas, the leaves, if you haven't seen that video, there's a reason why these are doing this and getting sort of you know, kind of damaged, disturbed leaves. It's happening quite a bit in the UK now, and unfortunately it is really affecting the budulas in particular. Just down here though, in the bed, you can just see this is our new 1-foot Dicksonia antarctica tree fern. I picked this up only 2 days ago. Gone in here, quite like the positioning of it. As you can see, I've already got the irrigation lines on it here. But one nice thing guys, I'm already seeing movement, and you can just see in the crown, it looks like we've got one new frond starting to make a move there. Now you may have seen guys, we did pick up a rather chunky 2-foot, which I'll show you in a minute, and that has started to go absolutely mental since it's gone in. But we'll take a look at that in a second here. You just see the red star cordyline doing quite well in this position. Again, this is underneath our bay tree here, and of course giving it kind of a bit of overhead cover and protection. So hopefully this one might make it through. I don't have great luck with the red stars in my garden. They just don't seem to make it past the winter. But with that said, hopefully this one underneath the cover here will do a little bit better this year. You can see some of the Diropterus ferns down here doing quite well, just off of our little mini water feature here, which you can see. Just get that showing. And you can see nice little movement on that, creates a nice lovely sound. Next to that we've got another Diropterus fern here, and as we come around this way, got the small Dicksonia antarctica fern. All of the fronds you can see here are new this year. So it's done actually quite well, and it's only a 6-inch trunk on this one. You know, very, very small down there if you can just see it. We've just recently added the irrigation onto that one, so hopefully it will be doing well for the rest of the year. Just looking out here now, you can see the wind is making our little water feature go crazy. Quite a cool kind of thing. If you're interested in this particular water feature, I've done a review of it on the channel there. Another thing to show you guys, and we don't usually get to see them much in our videos, is the fish. And the fish are quite happy. I think they're quite a bit of movement this year. I think the warmer weather has kind of gotten them out. If you can just see here, let's see if I can zoom in on him. Where did he go? Oh, lost him. And he's right there. You can see him here. I've got 5 in here at the moment. They have grown quite a bit this year, you know, and they seem quite happy. And again, while this is kind of being done out for our rec pond, yeah, I'm going to be allowing them to stay in there until I do actually turn it into the full swimming pond. And if you haven't seen me swimming on it, there is a short that's come out of me actually going swimming on one of the hot days here. Just down here, guys, you can just see we've got some of the sort of Fargesia bamboos. Now these were at Morrison's, only 8 pounds, getting some new growth on these as well, and I'm hoping to create kind of a little bamboo barrier in this area. Just down here, we've added the blechnum brasiliensis, or Brazilian dwarf tree fern. Again, these are only down to about -5 degrees C. Now this is the volcano, so it should be putting out sort of quite pretty leaves when it does come out, kind of a red yellowy tone to them. But again, if you're growing this in the UK, you may be best to leave it in a pot and bring it in over winter. Again, I'm going to do an experiment and see how it does under this area here. You can just see here we've got our Phoenix robellini, doing quite well in this spot, quite shaded, doesn't really get a lot of sun, but it does seem quite happy. And it does appear we've had a little bit of movement on the trunk here as well, which is always nice to see on these. And, you know, great kind of structural plant, but again, not really hardy in the UK, down to about -5°C. So with this set, I'm doing an experiment again with these. I've got 2 of them, which I'll show you the other one briefly here. Going to be keeping one in the ground and one in a pot and bringing that in. You can just see our bamboo that we took a division of. So this is your golden bamboo spectabilis, getting some nice curvy canes. Quite a few new shoots coming up on that, and again, I'm quite happy that you know, it will kind of create a nice kind of I don't know, block in this area. Again, trying to kind of enclose this a little bit more as well. Another division has sent up quite a few new small culms. Going to get this one growing, and yeah, just kind of see where we put this one here. Coming this way, you can see we've got our Sycamensis everred, so your Musa Sycamensis everred banana. Again, in this spot, nice colorations and patterns on this one. Picked this up recently. Again, you may have seen our video. Lovely colors. I quite like this one here. Again, I hope we'll do well in this area. It is putting out a new leaf since we have got it in, so that's always quite nice to see. Now, I'd say the new star of the show, the new Dicksonia 2-foot. Now this one is actually 40 inches circumference and about 16 inches diameter. Very, very fat, chunky fern. Makes my other ones look quite small though in comparison. We'll just come up here and take a look at that. And you can just see in the crown here, loads of new fronds coming up. Now this only went in 2 days ago, and if you saw my video, it didn't have anything actually coming out. And you can see here now we've gained about, what, 7-8 inches now has come up, so that's really taken off since it's gone in. Again, it is on a irrigation line here, so hopefully keeping it happy. Just as we pan this way, you can just see as we're standing sort of in the jungle area, if you will. Got the water feature, got a lot of more algae on it, need to get that kind of cleaned. Got some more of the Diropterus ferns down here, doing quite well. As you can see, they've got a decent, almost like a mini trunk on them. Again, quite happy with the growth on those. You can see we've got some other sedums, one of the trailing ones here, and our pink stripe formium. Just as we come back out, I'll show you around. The rubella, doing really, really well down there. Again, just a little pop of color in this area, again with some of the just summer bedding around here. You can see Persicaria. This is the Purple Fantasy, sorry. Cutting of that gone in here, starting to come out, and you know, again looking like it's going to start filling this area up. Of course, we've got all the common mosses and things. You've got another little sempervivum just down in there. We've got the Aerosaura brilliance. So this one comes out with a lovely kind of goldy kind of color on it as well. Just down here, we've got the crytomium fortunii, so another fern, evergreen. Lovely fern on that side. I think it goes quite nice in this area. Again, she provides an evergreen backbone. Next, we've got the Polystichum neobaltum. Again, done well. Another evergreen fern right next to your painted fern, your Japanese painted fern here. And of course, our big Diropterus, really doing well. Still getting some of its fronds out, but again, you know, quite happy with this position. Kind of a bit of a statement Diropterus, if you will. Little Shamrock's doing okay. Down next to that, got your standard begonias, providing a little pop of color again. The Asplenium or Hart's Tongue fern doing really well down there. Again, I think it needs that little bit of shade just to kind of do well. Struggling here with our Licula grandis. Again, I think it's taking quite a bit of sunburn, even in this very protected area. Got new leaves coming out here. But again, anyway, you know, it was an extremely expensive plant, and it's one I know is going to be available locally to me. So I'm going to try this one out outside, perhaps. Again, really don't think it's going to get through, but we'll have to just see how the winter goes on that side. Next to that, you've got one of the bromeliads here. Again, another one just down here we've added as well in flower, looking quite nice. And again, just a little bit of interest just off the back here as we take a look down. Just before we go down the jungle path though, take a look down the stream here, and you can just see, if we kind of zoom in, you've got your onset morelli, and if I can just get down, you can see it's still holding that green stripe underneath on that one leaf. So very interesting on that side. Just in front here, we've got another Aerosaura brilliance. You've got the creeping Jenny coming down into the stream with a few sedums. We've added another sedum just off the back here, which you can just see if I can get, there it is. Doing quite well. And again, I think it's starting to really fill out this area here as we go. Let's just come back in. Wide, let's come back in, sorry about that. Right, so as we come back down here, guys, just show you down the jungle path now. Got some of the lupins in here, getting eaten a little bit, but again, just a difference of variation in leaf style. Trachycarpus fortunii, quite sort of, if you want to call it, kind of protected. It doesn't really get loads of sunlight, but it is putting out new leaves here, so I'm quite happy with that. You can just see down here, we've got another one of the begonias doing quite well down there, and again, it's very, very shaded, so, you know, I'm not expecting this to really kind of grow huge or anything like that. Another Robellini, this one is in the ground. Again, looks like it has put on a decent amount of trunk down here, and that is right next to the Nadina, which has really popped this year. This was a cutting, and you can see going into flower as well. Provides a nice evergreen sort of backbone. Just as we look down the path now, you can see Fatsia japonica putting out some lovely new leaves. Really done well in this kind of shaded area here. Right, the Washingtonia robusta, unfortunately, as you can see, it lost its main green leaf. I did have to trim the other frond. It was completely browned off. That was the one that was damaged from winter. We do have a new frond coming out, and it does have a little bit of tip damage on it, you can see there. But again, we're just going to kind of let that grow, see what it does. You know, I'm not really expecting much from that one as we come down here. Down here, we got the zebra grass. Starting to put on a little bit of its variegation, but it's not done as much as I'd like it to this year, and I don't know if it's maybe the shade hasn't really given it a chance to kind of, you know, come out properly here. Just as we look down, you can just see in this little area here, sort of a micro garden, if you will. You've got the little mini water feature that provides a little bit of interest. We've got the Polypodium vulgar, another one of the ferns, quite interesting. About 15 species of fern back here, trying to kind of do a little bit of a fernery. You got the Petrus evergamensis. Again, I love the, get that leaf out the way. Love that leaf styling on it. I think it's a beautiful little fern. Again, not ground hardy or anything. That will be coming in the winter. But again, if you guys see this one, I'd certainly pick it up. Quite cool in person. Got a little Hepasides down here providing little pops of color. Again, summer bedding. Begonia in flower, looking nice. Again, we've got the, this one is the Diropteris Aphanis crispa. Different style of fern on it. Quite nice next to our 2-foot tree fern here, which you can just see has a nice little new frond coming out. Put on all of these fronds this year, done quite well, and you know, quite happy with its sort of growth so far. Inside here, we've got one of the blue fastucias, just providing a little pop of the kind of blue and evergreen color. Next to that, we've got one of our this is the another Dicksonia antarctica. But what's interesting on this one, guys, is I can actually see underneath, and it is kind of hard to tell here. I'll see if I can get it to focus. Just down here, it's actually got a second head. So this is going to be a double on this side, and you can see it's putting on a decent amount of little trunk there. But quite interesting to see that it is actually a double there. Calathea doing well. Again, summer bedding on that side. This was I think 50p or something like that. Again, I'm not too fussed about that not making it. The Polypodium here, this is done well, and you can just see the little flowers really kind of perked up and jumped out. The Alocasia here, so this is your Zabrina or Siberian, doing well back here. I think it's kept its kind of green because it's not getting the sun or getting sunburned. Again, that's going to come in for the year as well. Down here we've got the pink china, and you can just see actually come back from the ground, done really well. Of course, it's not in full sun, so it's not going to get huge back here, but again, you know, it's kind of a nice again change to the kind of, you know, different foliage kind that you get down here. Heuchera done really well. I love the placement of this one. Provides a nice pop of color. You know, I love that kind of dark style leaf next to your greens. Some other ferns just back here, and I can never remember the names of these ones. If you do know on this one, guys, put it down in the comments for me. But yeah, certainly let me know. Again, I planted that a few years ago and I've completely forgot what it is. Coming here, you can just see another Zabrina grass. You've got the large heavenly bamboo here, which is sort of going into sort of full flower. Lovely flowers on these, and again, evergreen. Highly recommend it. I know B&M do sell these now, so if you're interested, certainly adding some sort of evergreen pop. Lovely foliage, great plant on that side. 1-foot Dicksonia, doing really well. You can see lovely new fronds coming out. Again, just in the crown there, you can see all of these are onto an irrigation system now, and it seems to be really doing well. And as you can see, I mean, these fronds are pretty big now. You're probably talking a 4.5, maybe 6-foot frond on that side, and out of a 1-foot, it's quite impressive here. Just on here, we've got the Musa Bastu, just standard Musa Bastu green. Again, with this one, hoping to create a small clump here. Seems pretty happy, and again, it's getting kind of part sun, part shade. But again, hopefully we'll kind of add some structure to this part of the area here. Brunnera, absolutely huge leaves on this one. I think the increased water that this area gets in the jungle area really does well to you know, help it kind of push out. And some of the other ones I've got in the other areas of the garden also doing really, really well. Trachycarpus fortunii, again, hopefully providing some evergreen backbone on that side here. Just as we come around this way to take a look, and you can see, yeah, we've got a huge amount of algae. I do need to sort of get on top of that soon, but I've obviously got lots of other things going on. Percamanthus, so this is your cypress grass, pampas grass here. Sorry, not pampas, cypress. This one's doing quite well and is directly in the water again, so hopefully eventually going to be getting enough plants in there to provide a decent amount of filtration for the pond. Just as we come this way, you can just see our Canna Cleopatra, lovely on this side. I think it does really, really great in this area, and again, nice bit of structure. Not evergreen, of course, but you know, again, hopefully I can get some either seed from this, something like that, and sort of grow it on next year. You've got your Waggy, so this is your Trachycarpus wagneranus palm, doing really well, put out a few new leaves, quite happy in this spot here next to the pond, and again, hopefully once it does grow up a little bit more, it'll be a bit more full sun. Just down here, we've got our Euphorbia. Now that is your Ascot rainbow, doing really well, again, lovely kind of color against kind of the different greens. Down here, we've got our Saxifraga, again, quite a nice plant. I love the kind of cushiony sort of that it does, and lovely little flowers on it, and that should be evergreen as well for me. The Nepta, again, another one I'd highly recommend if you're looking for ground cover. Lovely variegation on this one, and also kind of runs and spreads, so great if you're looking to kind of get it to spread along an area here. Just down there, again, some more of the creeping Jenny, doing well, kind of going out towards the pond, which is kind of the idea with this one here. Just as we pan this way, and it's going to be kind of hard to get this in frame, but you can just see all the lovely new canes on the bamboo back here, and it provides a lovely kind of bit of protection for this area as well, and of course giving us that bit of a microclimate. As you come around here, just show you these bamboos, and you can just see lovely new canes, some of the largest canes I've got coming up here, and you can just see in here, you know, these are getting big now. Going up quite high. It's all still kind of coming out and interesting nodes on these, but again, really kind of, you know, for fourth year bamboo, I'd say it's nearly 20 foot tall, and you know, decent canes that you're probably looking at about 10p piece on that side, or a quarter if you're in the States. As we come back here, I just wanted to show you guys, of course, what the difference in temperature is, and I believe it should have adjusted itself now. Let's just come back here as we come around, give you a kind of full view of that, and we'll just take a quick look now. And as you can see now, we are at 27, nearly 50% humidity here. So again, that's a huge difference in and out the sun. Now, one thing to bear in mind, you know, when we're thinking about this is certain plants, you know, if it's 30 degrees out for us, it could be taking a lot more on its kind of leaves. So this is where you might get some leaf damage and things that are, you know, in direct sun. Again, part of this kind of microclimate we've got back here underneath the laburnum, another huge budula, which will just come around and give you a front view of this as well. But again, it really kind of lowers the temperature in this area and kind of, you know, keeps it at more of a kind of constant temperature rather than fluctuating so much here. What we'll do, yeah, just come around this way. I just want to show you the pond from here. And as we come around, you can just see, as you kind of step out, you get that lovely view here. Large Dicksonia Antarctica, I think, is really going to put on a good show once that does come out, and you know, kind of fill in this area. Again, quite a few new ferns to go in this area, thinking a few more large tree ferns. Guys, any sort of suggestions, certainly let me know. With that said, guys, of course, thanks for watching. If you haven't checked out the friends of the channel, certainly check them out, be in the comment section below. Love to hear all your comments and thoughts, so certainly put those down in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed, join the channel. Certainly join our amazing community. And with that said, of course, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.